Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duelist video. In this video, I will be primarily focusing on Area 5. So, I better get started on this. Alright, well, first off, I want to get the lottery out of the way. But, yeah. Nothing too impressive here, unfortunately. Okay, Area 5. Let's do this. Yugi. The two puzzle pieces. You now have them both. Yes. Kaiba. Once again, it's down to you and me. Just like old times. No, you aren't the one that I want. You aren't the one that I want to duel, Yugi. I want the Pharaoh. Complete the Millennium Puzzle and release the Pharaoh's spirit. Bring him back into your body. Listen to me, Kaiba. I understand how badly you want to battle at him. But the reality is, no more words. If you won't release him willingly, I'll just have to force you. Pharaoh, if you can hear me, prepare to be crushed. I see. Okay. So Kaiba is going to duel against himself for some very strange reasons. I guess he's dealing with his inner demons. So will Kaiba win or will Kaiba win? Well, we'll just have to see. I guess we don't get access to that information until the duel is over. Well, Kaiba has lost. So the one that I'm in control of moves forward. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I spin it again. Yes, I spin it again. Okay, so I duel him again. Yeah, this dialogue from that dialogue from Kaiba, where Yugi is trying to say what is actually. You see, that entire exchange of dialogue that I was just going through is pretty much why I have Kaiba's deck named as. Yeah, you can see why I say that he needs to get a therapist, and he's going through the 5 stages of grief. Although I'm not sure that this is actually the case, considering the actual problem seems to be that he just wants to kick the Pharaoh's ass. But I mean, if you can't do something, then if you feel like there's a lack of closure, if there's a lack of closure, then I mean, that's still some form of grief. Even if you aren't grieving the way that normal people do. Yeah, normal people grieve, and Kaiba is sort of grieving, but not in the way we expect. Okay. Spin the roulette. And by the way, this is area 5, so after this, there's only one more area left. And I'm gonna have to wait until that area unlocks to complete this event. Which is unfortunate, honestly. Because I don't know if I want to participate in the next one. We'll have to see though, because I'm sure I'm forgetting some shit. Well, Kaiba seems to be losing against himself again. No surprise. Okay. So, this should mean more dialogue for the story. At least I see something. Okay. Okay. Nothing will get in the way of me resurrecting the Pharaoh. Nothing will get in the way of me resurrecting the Pharaoh. Nothing. But what if it's not up to you? Or me? I tried to tell you, but maybe I need to show you instead. Yugi. He's gone, Kaiba. Gone. Forever. It wasn't easy. It still isn't. But I had to let him go. And you have to as well. You lie. He's just afraid, scared to come out and face me. He knows he's no match for me, but it's not going to work. I'll beat him out of you. Well, Kaiba, you really don't believe... Wow. Okay. Okay, sure. That's not really going to help you, though, but sure. Okay. Well, I wonder how this event is going to end, considering the ending to the movie. Now, is the ending to the movie going to be shown here as well? I don't know. Now the end of this movie is very strange. And I'm not going to spoil it, but the game probably will spoil it. So, if anyone hasn't watched the movie, well, I have no idea why you clicked on these videos that are clearly about an event for the movie. I mean, it just seemed obvious that it was going to be a complete it's just a summary. It's easy to remember what happens in the movie if you've watched it. Okay, well, it's time to spin again. Okay. Oh, wow, 9. And now, how much further is there? Oh, I see. There's really not much. Okay, well, that makes things very, well, it seems I'm almost finished with round 1. Once I'm finished with that, I guess I just continue rambling about some of my own shit. You know, things that I, too, have to accept. Things that I, too, am working through. It's not easy. It really isn't. But I have to accept many, many things that I really don't want to. But I mean, I'm not like Kaiba at the very least. Though, I'm not sure. I guess an argument could be made depending on if I release certain details or not. Depending on whether I release certain details, which of us is worse. Yeah, I don't really know if I can say there's a definite answer to that. But I can say that what I am dealing with right now is, it's not good. Yeah. And I'm doing my best to cope with everything that's been going on, but it's been tough. And I must be honest, I don't like how things have been playing out recently. I'm afraid of what's going to happen next, but I do understand that if something were to happen, then sometimes it's just outside of your control. You can't change the way things are. There is often a hard reality to face when it comes to the loss of anyone. Now, I have not lost anyone yet, but the risk is definitely there. Alright. Let's continue. This will be the end of round 1. Just give me a second while I drink some water first. I have had some water. Alright, so the water. Yes, Agami is just standing there. And he's going through something, apparently. Harg. The ring? Is he being controlled? Help me, Sarah! Help me! Master Shin! Okay, well, that was... Oh, actually, there's just one more step and then round 2 starts. Yeah, round 2 starts. And now, I'm going to have to wait for the final area to open up. It's going to take a long time. And by a long time, I mean that I'm very, very bored. But who knows, maybe I'll wake up and I'll suddenly want to write a bunch of things. Since I'm so behind, it wouldn't take much for me to catch up. It's still early enough that there isn't too much of an issue. But I do worry sometimes that I'll never get out of this mental state. That I'll be stuck here forever. And I don't mean forever as in actual forever, just I don't know if I'll be able to get out of this state. And when I talk about this state, it's very difficult to describe. I mean, it's just not an easy situation. And it really affects how I think I'll live in the future. If I can't get out of this quickly enough, I think that that's probably not going to be good for me. My quality of life will be extremely, well, it'll go away, basically, at some point. It'll just become significantly much lower. And I don't know if I can handle that, because I don't feel like my mental illnesses should define my quality of life. But apparently they do, which is stupid. He knows he's no match for me, but it's not going to work. I'll beat him out of you. Kaiba, wait. No. I activate this card. Monster Reborn. This is it, Yuki. It's over. I activate the trap Final Geos. I don't know. Final Geos. I don't know. All the monsters in both our graveyards are banished. Are you ready? I'm always ready. Go, Dark Magician. Dark Magic Attack. Uh-huh. Oh god, they are both shocked. The Millennium Ring? What is this? I'm back. I'm better than ever. Wow, talk about a cliffhanger. Yes, that is definitely a cliffhanger. I hate those. But also, if I really hate them that much, I can just rewatch the movie. I can find them somewhere. I mean, I can find the movie somewhere. It's not that difficult. Okay. Well, the final area will be released on November 10th at, I believe, midnight. So, let me look at when exactly that is. Okay. So that would be Tuesday night. Yes. I definitely had to look up a calendar for. I definitely had to look at a calendar for this. Now, there is one thing I do want to say, and it's just simply this, honestly. Okay, well, that interrupted my thought process. I'm not even sure I was going to be able to say anything. But apparently, Kaiba's grieving process has been interrupted. So instead of discussing his grief with someone that actually understands the concept of emotions, they're both having to deal with Ikami and shit. I don't know how the ring got back, though. I've forgotten that information entirely. The Pharaoh will return to kneel before me. Wow, Kaiba. I didn't know you were into... Oh, God. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish off the area. So at the end of this, round 2 will be complete, and then I'll be waiting for the finale. Which obviously means that I will complete the event. So let me think here. I think that would be 9 parts if I just stick with this part and I don't make more. Let me look. Yeah, I've got a lot of folders for YouTube videos. I don't even know how they got this. Yeah, sure. Okay, so there are 8 parts of this so far. So if I just focus on keeping this video for the rest. So if this video is the entirety of Area 5, I can save the next I can save the 10th video for Area 6, and then the event will be over. So let me take a look at how long this video is. Alright, it's 20 minutes, so it shouldn't be too long, but I mean, at the end of this, it'll probably be around the usual length that my shortest videos reach at this point. Okay. Now I'm going to continue. So this fragment here. Actually, I want to know how much further this is. Okay, that's way too long. I'll spin the roulette. Apparently there is definitely a long way to go here. Okay, hard mode. Okay. Well, I don't care if I lose, as long as I just complete the round. I mean, obviously, I don't have as much to say because I've been doing National Novel Writing Month. And there are only so many ways to say that you're stuck. Additionally, I feel like my momentum is being slowed down by the fact that I think I'm getting used to this, which means I'm not going as wild as before, but I really don't know. It's possible that at some point I decide to go back to uploading videos like mad. And because I just uploaded 8 parts recently, it doesn't really sound like I'm slowing down, but if you consider how the rest of the playlist is right now, I think you can tell that some momentum is going down. Not necessarily that I've stopped uploading videos a lot, just that it's not the way that it used to be. I've slowed down, there aren't as many characters to unlock, and there's even less to say because I'm stuck. Now, if I wasn't stuck, I'd probably have more to say, but taking a break really doesn't hurt anyone. And let's just be honest, I've recorded enough videos for a while. I can slow down, I'll be fine, the channel will be fine. But there is an elephant in the room, and I think that is very clear. Yeah, very clear, like, my momentum started to slow down after Halloween. And I think that there has been a shift in my mental health as a result of that. And this isn't good considering what I may have done and what might be the resulting drama of saying all of that. Now, obviously, I don't know what was heard, and so far there has been no word on exactly what I said. But if anyone starts anything, my memory sucks, so if a certain someone is expecting me to remember that I said this or that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to remember something like that. But, I mean, it does seem to be haunting me, so maybe I'm wrong. Now, the main reason it's haunting me is because I don't feel comfortable anymore knowing that I've broken. It's like things could just, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And I think that's giving me great anxiety, which is not good at all. But, I mean, again, my primal functions have been activated, which is not common, I believe. But as someone that has never experienced an active lower function of the brain being activated, the fact that I seem to be on guard, and the fact that I regard someone in the area as a potential threat, that's not good at all. Because what that says to me is anything could happen if this threat that I'm evaluating as a potential safety issue, I don't know what I would do in response. But at the very least, I think as long as it's just words, and as long as if it's something bad were to happen to me, then that probably means that some of my belongings were damaged. And if anything like that were to happen, I think I would just lose my shit right there. I think everything would come out. I don't think I'd be able to control myself. But I think that my paranoia is a bit overblown. And as a result of that, I really do not expect any issues as severe as what I've said. Now, obviously, I have my concerns for a reason. Like, the person I'm talking about is known for getting revenge. So it would only be a matter of how this person seeks to deliver it. Now, if this person just wants to criticize me and the whole vengeance thing is just, it just depends. I don't know what will happen, and maybe it'll be nothing, but I have an anxiety disorder. That's not good for my mental health. Just knowing that something could happen at any moment. And I don't really think I'm much of a threat right now, so I really don't expect anything to happen, really. But it's just that potential thought that I may have just caused something about my life to become under threat. Now, this person can damage property if that is part of how they want to get revenge. And that isn't good, because if you destroy something, then you never know how bad I would react. I don't even know how I'd react. It's dangerous, and it's tricky. And it's also very frightening, because I don't know how bad what my sister heard was. Now, I do think that if she heard anything, there's a chance she might not do much, because I haven't done enough just yet. But I assume she's at least going to use that to at least burn me at least a little bit. And if all she does is insult me, that's better than losing some precious things to me. I don't want any of my personal possessions to be damaged, because if that were to happen, I think that would be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. I think my mental stability would decline. Now, because it's so close to December and Christmas, well, there is a chance that I might not be in as much of I think I would just flip my shit. And I've never seen myself at my worst, but I think that if she were to push me hard enough, I would have a breakdown then and there. Like, I wouldn't scream at her, but I'd be in a very distressed state. I wouldn't be in a position where I can be easily calmed down. And now, obviously, I think my paranoia is a bit overblown, but it does leave me wondering if it does have me wondering if I'm going to be dealing with some serious shit in the future. However, I actually don't think there's too much to be afraid of. It's just, she probably doesn't care what I say. But yeah, I don't want her to win against me. I don't want her to have control over me. I don't want her to have me in this paranoid state, as though she can just control my mental stability just by having something over my head. Yeah. But I also I can't let out all this frustration if there's the potential that I think I will need permission from both my parents to just let me lose my shit. Not to hurt anyone, just to lose my shit in a safe environment where there isn't really any property damage, but there's definitely still some screaming. Of course, if I had that permission, I'm not sure I'd actually act on it. But yeah, I actually freaked out recently, and it was definitely unexpected. But basically, my sister is at the house right now, which means that if I were to try venting, she could overhear it, start shit. She could do anything out of revenge. If she knows that I'm not in this room, she could do anything. And that's what terrifies me, because I know that. Because I know that she could get revenge so easily just by smashing this laptop or anything else in here for that matter. But I hope my paranoia is overblown and nothing actually happens. Now there is another thing. I'm not sure that my sister is... I'm not sure she actually did much. She may have just been a convenient substitute for what actually caused what happened. But there was a day recently where I completely lost it. Now, I didn't lose it in the sense that there was a serious issue. I lost it in this sense that I just couldn't hold back anymore. And I had to discuss it just a bit. And now, on that day, I felt like I was just going to lose everything. I was going to lose control and there'd be nothing I could do about it. Because I really needed something out of my system. And now, I was taken out to eat that day, and I think that I'm at least a little bit calmer, but the night after, that night, on the same day that I felt like that, I actually felt like that again. Except it didn't seem related to my sister at all. It just seemed to be some form of panic attack. I don't know if I want to use that terminology, but it was definitely something that I'm not used to. Now, I do believe I know what is going on with me, but in the absence of certainty, I really cannot say. I may be entirely wrong about this, but I think that right now, I can at least say that I'm not at a point where I'm going to lose my shit. Now, I think it's very important to realize that while I may be a little bit batshit at times, I still have the self-control to not go too overboard. And now, I know I've known for quite some time now that my imagination is probably more than what will actually happen. But there's also evidence of property damage, but honestly, I don't think I'm viewed as a threat by my sister. And I don't think she cares about trying to control me, because I don't really do anything. And if all I'm saying are a bunch of words, well, she doesn't need to give a shit. Because I just don't do anything. But, I mean, you never know. I never know. It's a pain. Now, while I was sitting there just raging inside of myself internally, I was like, someone stop me. I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. And I ended up deciding to play Duelist. So I got on Duelist hoping to feel better. And I forgot who my active character was. And I dueled against Jaden. And after that, I started crying. Yeah, I started crying. I was dueling Jaden as you Bell. And I'm just like, oh god. But it's just the fact that I was in a very unstable state. And I wanted to be stopped. So I went to the gate and dueled Jaden at level 30 and he kicked my ass. Although it's very... Dude, this is the kind of bullshit that makes me throw around claims like the game can hear me. Although it's not that difficult to lose, considering my deck building skills. If you can even say that I've got skills at all. But I mean, I've won some duels against actual people, so... There are some skills, but I'm definitely not up there with the best. And I don't know if I want to be, because when I think about being one of the best, it's like you're basically giving up a life, so you're at the top. Do I want to give up my life? Well, I kind of feel dead inside right now. So, scientifically speaking, I would be classified as alive. But I honestly don't really feel that alive. And I think part of that is because my body is exhausted from being constantly angry. And another part of that may be the fact that it doesn't take much for me to just recover from that. Yeah, it really doesn't take long, but I assume my body needs a break. And I wish I could give it a break, but what the hell do I do while it's taking a break? Yes, what do I do to give it the break? I don't know. I forgot what a break is. No, for most people out there, a simple break would just be you don't upload a lot of videos. You don't work on any videos. You just simply take a break from recording videos entirely. And you focus on other things you enjoy doing. Well, the thing is, I have anhedonia. So basically, if I'm not angry, it seems that my anhedonia starts to become textbook again. Although it's worth mentioning that it's not severe. I hope that I can avoid I hope I can avoid the worst case scenario, which is my anhedonia coming back with a vengeance. As long as I stay functional, I think I'll be fine. But, yeah. So if you want to know why I'm just standing here as Kaiba and not doing anything else, it's because I don't feel like doing anything else. Yes, I don't feel like doing anything else, but I wanted that out of my system. And yeah, I'm still terrified, but I have to consider that I probably don't seem very threatening. Just saying. But does this mean my mom is interpreted as a threat? I don't know. Shit is weird. Shit is very weird. I don't understand anything that is going on. But I hope in the future that things improve and I can, I'm almost tempted to say I'll have to move out in the future. I'm almost tempted to say that, and it would be because, well, I can't handle the stress of being around this child. But I mean, if she moves out at 18, like she probably wants to, once she moves out, then everything's good, but she's entitled. My sister is entitled. She's a brat. So I'm not sure if I can expect her to not just be hypocritical. Yeah. I mean, I applied for SSI simply because I couldn't work, but I wanted to help my mom out financially. And I'm not sure what criteria they used to approve me, but they did approve me. Now, I wish they would approve my dad as well, because I learned some very disturbing information recently. I'm talking about different disturbing information. Yeah, different disturbing information. I'm not even sure if I talked about it here, but I may have. Anyway, I'm not sure if I actually want to say it. It might be kind of personal, but I don't know. My dad is in a very unhealthy state. Like, his mental health it's just not in the best of places. Now, he basically has a case of PTSD. I did not know this, but it came up while my mom was flipping through. She handed me something on her phone. I can't remember what it was, but it was something. And it was related to how people with PTSD are treated. Something like a potential resource for helping those people. And it came out that I do not have PTSD, so yeah, but thing is, I may not have it, but that doesn't change shit. Yes, that's right. It doesn't change shit. I am in a position where anything could happen to my sanity. We are not discussing this in normal terms. Yeah, we are not discussing, oh, you don't have PTSD, so you probably don't need to do anything that is used to treat it. Well, maybe not, but after what happened, I don't know. I know that I have some trauma going on. But like, I have a history of trauma, but it's not severe. So I don't know if I need anything like professional intervention. But I definitely do have that history. And it's pretty... sorry about that, Okay, look. It's not healthy for me to be paranoid like this. It's not good for my mental health. I've gone through enough bullshit. I don't need to go through more of it. Although I'm sure the universe has more shit planned, but can it at least wait? Seriously, I haven't even gone through the rest of my problems, let alone these other ones. Well, because... Oh, hold on a second. I have to reload Gems of War because it just reset. Yeah, I have it open, but yeah. I just finished a task. I believe I know what that task was. Was it asking me to do pest control? Because, oh, actually yes, that was it. Okay, well I don't have to worry about that. No, I think I will just finish. I'm gone now. Gone? Really? Alright, fine. This is a disaster, I swear. A disaster on all levels. Now you guys are probably bored of hearing me ramble over and over, but I need to go to bed before anything goes wrong. So guys, I will see you in the next video, which will be, well, my next Duel Links video will finish up the event here. So for anyone that hasn't watched the rest of the movie and is too lazy to watch it, this event has you covered, pretty much. So, the finale of this event will occur on Tuesday night. I will record the rest of this event then. But I might record other things. We'll see. Just stay tuned for my decision.